This is Angostura Bitters. It's like the same proof as vodka or something, but you wouldn't want to drink it straight. It just would be stupendously bitter, and there's a reason it comes with a dropper. So things to know with making cocktails. The shaken versus stirred thing is a meaningful variable. If you stir something with ice, you cool it down. You don't break up the ice. You don't dissolve that much of it. It doesn't melt that much. You get a cold drink that's pretty much as strong as it originally was. If you shake a cocktail, the ice starts to break apart into little pieces, and it then melts very, very rapidly as you're pouring it out. And it can be diluted like 2 to 1. So a shaken cocktail is a weaker cocktail, which is not necessarily bad, because there are something that you can't taste because they're overwhelmed by just like alcohol.
So she was drinking the light stuff. Yes.
All these complicated flavors.
Drink is like
He likes complicated flavors. He's an interesting person.
Yeah, in general, it's a good idea to use very, very cold ice. Like the ice machine there, you'll notice that all the ice comes out of it starting to melt. It'll make kind of weird cocktails. It's good to actually have something that was like in a freezer that was actually set to cold. Then it will immediately melt. Large ice is also good for that reason if you don't want to do too much. Also, because cocktails are supposed to be served very, very cold, this probably needs a bath. They are usually served in stemware. To not defeat the point of that, it's good to not touch the thing that is actually holding it, so hold them like this, like around the base. Then they'll actually stay cold, and also to drink them very quickly. Like, a cocktail is not a mixed drink that doesn't have like a whole bunch of ice sitting in it. Usually, like, you're kind of expected to just like take a few sips and then like, and they're supposed to be short. Like cocktails should be like 3 ounces of liquid, and it might be very strong, but that means just have fewer of them. Back. I'm going to make a Sazerac, which deviates just a little bit from. What the hell is that noise?
ice cream.
It's a little bit from sort of tradition of cocktailry.
Frozen?
Yeah, that's just it's ice, and it makes it ice. This involves a very weird first step. Chill the glass for a second. It's kind of cold. Get a little water in there for them.
While you're doing that, what was the ingredient list for cocktails? Spirit, sweetener, and flavor?
Spirit, sweetener, bitters or similar strong flavoring, and optionally water. There are two sources. There are two kind of bitters-like things. One of them is absinthe. This is a homemade absinthe, which isn't quite the real thing. I used wormwood, the famous creepy thing that does not actually get you high at all. It has less of the supposed active ingredient than sage does. So if you've ever had sage hot sauce, you should have gotten really high. But this uses a glass rinse. It's weird. This is actually older than cocktails. Like, the idea of a cocktail is only about 150 years old, and this was popularized in 1960. What you do is you just slosh around this to fill the glass completely, to fill the surface of the glass completely with absinthe. So it smells strongly of it. Absinthe is traditionally very bitter. Stuff I made is even more bitter because I couldn't do the second distillation. So you've got all the interesting smells from the herbs and stuff, and some weird smells that are kind of left over from just having it soaked. For the record, this is what absinthe looks like after a while. After like a year, it turns completely brown. But immediately when you put alcohol on it, it is, so you're not wearing your grip color. It is intense lime green. It is like no natural product should ever be this green. So, like, when the green fairy thing is totally real, it's not food coloring. If you buy, like, absinthe at Kimbark, it will be food coloring. So Sazerac is rye whiskey. About 1.5 ounces. Use this mixing cup. There are two kinds of popular shakers. This with 2 cups, and then one with a tin and a lid. They're the same thing. It's just whichever one you find or easy to use. A sugar cube or syrup. I'm be using agave syrup because it dissolves more quickly because I had it and ran out of simple syrup. Sweeten it. And 3 dashes of Bichode's bitters. This is Angostura bitters, which are somewhat different, but along the same lines. It's supposed to be stirred rather than shaken. I might shake it up a bit just to get this out of here. When you're shaking, that's not what I'm doing. What you want to do is, and if you put the ice in directly rather than stuck this whole thing in the freezer, you want to shake it until the entire tin looks like this, until stuff's condensed on it. That's a sign that everything in it is good. Yeah, this is kind of weird because all the ice stuck together because it was all melted in the ice machine. There we go. It's not quite like shaken, but not. Actually, probably strainer because otherwise you'll get a little bit of ice in there. And you'll notice because I did kind of shake it, there are little icebergs that are down there, and that's supposed to happen. Hitting with some dry Sazerac. It's hard alcohol, so pretend it won't get you sick. Maybe. That's pretty much the end of my actual planned talk. I need more sweet vermouth, so I'm going to make sweet vermouth in just a minute. If any of you want to stick around and see how to, it's fairly quick. But yeah, thank you. Also, my paper is really warm.